Welcome everyone to the weekend edition on a quiet inside holiday week. So not a whole lot to cover, but we'll definitely go over what we can. As always, my name is Michael Nauss, Chartered Market Technician with Stats Edge Trading. Go to statsedgetrading.com, get an email of this video and all of the charts that I'm going to go over, plus a whole bunch that I won't, just for time's sake, to your email inbox. Go check that out. And if you want to save some money on trade ideas, which is where I do all my scanning and charting and trading and all of that, Stats Edge 15 on checkout if you go check it out at Trade Ideas. So inside week, quiet week. We had a half day Monday. We had a holiday Tuesday. Not a lot in the way of economic events or anything to really spice things up. So pretty chill, quiet type week. But like I always like to do on Friday, we sit back, we look at the weekly charts, we kind of see how everything wrapped up, take a step back and look at the markets as opposed to being so into the day-to-day stuff. So Bitcoin, you can see my kind of frustrations here with Bitcoin. We're now 1, 2, 3 weeks in a row with kind of no movement. But not only no movement, if you look at the topping tails and the bottoming tails on Bitcoin, you can see that there is a lot of movement intra-week just to end flat. So we rally up a bunch and then we crash and then we sell off and then we rally and just tons and tons of chop for absolutely no gain one way or another, right? We up and down, nothing's really happening. So as always, I talk about, in times like this, what separates the good traders from the bad is patience. Just be patient, chill out, wait. Something will happen at some point eventually. You don't have to swing for the fence now on this one. So euro dollar or euro USD, on the daily chart, I pointed out in yesterday's video. And again, if you go to Stats Edge Trading, all of the videos, all of the screenshots are all archived and saved for you there. But basically just looking at this flag right here, and I said, hey, if we break out of this, I want to buy some euro USD. So I did get triggered into that in the morning. Nice trade on that. Took a little bit off the table because why not, right? You're getting that kind of move in your favor on a currency that doesn't move that crazy amount. I definitely want to lock some of that in. So that's it for the currency space. Now let's grab into trade ideas here and go into the equities, where we're going to start with the S&P, not soy. We're going to do the SPY. So the S&P 500 here, we had a nice little quiet inside week, right? Nothing really happened. You can see the volume here is the lowest volume we've seen in a while. Makes sense, right? There was a day off and a half day. And just a nice little inside week. Nothing really crazy one way or the other. So this is kind of what you want to see, right? The last pause caused this massive big bar. Maybe this will as well. But again, we are looking a little long in the tooth here. Wouldn't be shocked to see a little bit of a rest or a pullback or some sort of consolidation over the next little bit. If you guys checked me out on Trader TV this morning, that's exactly what I was saying. I wouldn't be shocked if we pause or pull back. That's why there won't be too much on the individual stock watch list, because I already own a lot of stuff that I'm waiting for some sort of pullback to stop me out of positions. And B, I'm not looking to get into anything aggressively right now where the market is. I want to talk about oil. So we have a little breakout going on here in oil, maybe. We have this support zone that I drew in through here. We've spent weeks and weeks and weeks bouncing and flirting all the way back here in 2022 and almost here at September 2022. Bouncing off this area, this $60 area on USO. Kind of broke out of that a little bit. Again, a lower volume, but kind of broke out of that a little bit this week. So I'm going to look to see if we have some continuation on the oil front next week. Lastly, just want to talk about XLK. This is the same with the semiconductors and all that. We're dealing with these prior highs. We're right at these prior highs here on XLK. Wouldn't shock me at all. Again, a little bit of a pullback. Some more sideways consolidation to build up energy to push through there. So a lot of stuff happened today. I took no new trades today, but just to toot my horn a little bit on was WMG, right? Warner Music Group. Talked about this one yesterday about how I entered this guy on the close here yesterday, and just great day considering especially how weak the SPY was. Some really, really good action there. Only added one to the list because, again, I'm waiting for this pullback. I'll talk about a little bit more about my style in a second here. But I am interested in the CBay. We've got a 12% short float. You can see up here. We have the anchored VWAP from this gap right here. You can see hanging out right at this anchored VWAP, consolidating sideways in through here. So looking for a push up here. So the reason why things for me get light is my idea, the way that I kind of trade, is as the market is resting or pulling back, you'll notice that the list will get longer and longer and longer. There'll be more names on that. There'll be more talk. I'll be more excited and kind of animated because that's my hunting moment. That's the moment that I'm looking for what is the next thing that I can trade, right? What's the next kill? What's, going on here? Now, in periods where we are right now, where the market is going up, has already gone up a lot, may go up further or it may pull back, who knows? But I already have kind of a full portfolio, right? So I have Mara, we talked about it, $10, it's a 15. That WMG I'm already up 5 or 6% on. A lot of different names that I'm up 10, 15, 20% on. And for me, when your portfolio is full, you couldn't buy anything if you wanted to, unless you want to really go into margin, which I don't want to do too much on a swing portfolio. But B, when I look at it and I say the market's up this much, the issue for me is that one or two things are going to occur. Either the stocks I'm looking at are still in bases and haven't broken out at all yet. The problem with that is that they're relatively weak. So I don't want to really interest in those names. Or they're running with the market in kind of this extreme nature. And then they are overextended. So I can't buy the overextended stuff, and I don't want to buy the relatively weak stuff. So other than things like CBay, which is a little bit of an opportunity, it had this gap up and then this consolidation. So there's a little news event there. There's not a whole bunch for me to do. And I'm okay with this because eventually the market will pause. Eventually the stocks that I have will pull back. That will hit out a trailing stop or something. I'll have capital free and I'll go into that mode again. So just so you know, that's kind of the cycle of my trading is market goes down or moves sideways. I'm scanning and I'm hunting and I'm working really hard to find stuff. Market rallies, I don't have to do anything, right? Because hopefully if I've done it right, I have a list of really strong names that are triggering and breaking out and I'm buying those things. And then I just sit and I wait. So if I'm wrong and we're not going to get any pullback and this thing just continues to climb the wall of worry and just FOMO up, then great. I have a full portfolio. If we stop and pull back and all of that, great. I can sell some, I can take some profits. I now have a bigger portfolio to allocate into the next round and so on and so forth. So again, just some food for thought. If you don't have a process like that, if you're always just, pushing for home runs, then, maybe stop and consider, is there a flow or a process like that you can get into that will help you in the long run? So that's it for this week. We have weekend. Kind of wish it was long weekend again, but a normal weekend. Unplug, get away from your screens. I schedule a whole bunch of tweets, so there'll be charts and stuff. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Michael Nauss CMT, on Threads now as well, Michael Nauss CMT if you don't want to go on Twitter. But I delete all the apps. I will leave this office and leave all my computers behind and, get out there and have fun in the world, get away from the screens. And I will talk to you guys next week.